Holy cow. Oh! Whoa! 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 Haha! Whoa! Hey! Hey! Stop! Oh! Oh!
Zach.
Hey! Can you hear me okay? Oh!
Zach?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I hear you, Zach. I can't see you, but I hear you.
Ah! I can hear me too.
Can you hear me, Zach?
Can you hear me? I can hear you too.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you okay. Almost. Oh! It's kind of hard because I can't tell right now if I am floating or I am in free fall. Because the sky doesn't seem to be getting any farther away and the ground doesn't seem to be getting any closer either. But I am, as you can tell, really taking it up here. The wind is punishing. And where are you right now? Yeah, Zav. Whoa. Yeah. You're in a state of calm?
Yes.
Well, I am completely suspended in the air, and I can't tell if I'm falling, but I have to tell you, this is really exhilarating right now. I can tell that you're really relaxed. Is that correct?
Yes, Zach. I'm very relaxed.
Woo! Is it psychological or is it physical? Are you physically relaxed as well?
I am
Whoa!
physically at peace.
You're physically at peace.
I'm not sure if you can hear me yet.
Oh! I'm not sure if I can hear you either.
But I can see you in my mind. I see you in my mind's eye, Zach.
I'm glad. I just want to let our listeners know that you can call into the program. It's 935-2951. I am in some state of free fall and or levitation right now. The ground is very small. It's sort of a patchwork. Beautiful late evening. And I can't tell if I am suspended or not. Again, if you have any questions about what it feels like, give me a call, 935-2951. I want to tell you all that about what this feels like. Woo!
Zach?
Yeah.
I feel that you are in some sort of free fall.
Yeah.
What's interesting, Zach, I just happened to look at your bank account online.
Oh, did you take I gave you the account number, right?
Well, you forgot to close the tab.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, and I kind of know the passwords. I know your password, Pall Mall Blue.
Right.
Is what the password you use for most things, so I just typed that in.
Oh, you just took the liberty of checking my bank account on the free.
Right, and can you hear me better now, Zach?
I think so. Can't hear much, but oddly enough, it feels great. Woo! I feel fantastic. fantastic.
Well,
when falling.
you're gonna feel better when I tell you this, Zach.
Yeah.
I've noticed that in the period of time that we've been on the air, and that you've been literally on the air,
Yes.
in the air, your bank account has gone up from. It looks like you had about $250 in your bank account.
Sure.
Does that sound right?
That sounded right.
It looks like it's gone up to about $2,500. Oh wait, no. No. Now
It's
it's at
going up. I can feel it going up, right?
it's like at 3,000, 4,000. Wow, Zach, your bank account just keeps going up and up.
Wait, what are you looking at? Are you looking at, did you click on financial history?
Well, let me take a look
You
here.
gotta click on financial history. Are you sure that it's going up?
As far as I could tell, oh my God, Zach, your bank account right now says wait, let me take a look. $278,542.40.
That's where I'm at?
Yes.
I don't think it's right, but it feels right. I mean, it doesn't seem factually correct, but it feels like it's correct. It feels like my bank account is going up. Woo! I'm laughing, zombie, I'm floating.
This is incredible, Zach.
I'm falling.
I feel like I can see you. I feel like I can see you in my mind's eye.
Can you hear the wind? Can you hear the wind back there?
I hear in my mind's ear, I hear wind.
Can you?
Yes.
Can you see? What can you see other than the laptop right now and hear me in free fall and or floating?
Right now, what I see is that you have an appetite for life.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure if it's a feeling or it's something that I really am craving. I don't know if this is something I have control over or not. But I want to say that not knowing whether I have control over this or not feels great. Feels fantastic. But I'm getting closer now, I think, to something. And I can feel the wind is starting to increase a little bit.
Zach, I'm looking at these numbers and they're just astronomical. I think you're in the millions, in the hundreds of millions. Your bank account is up in the hundreds of millions of dollars now.
It's in the millions, huh?
Zach, you are worth so much money right now.
Am I blowing up?
As you're falling, your bank account is just exploding.
I can't tell if I'm falling or I'm floating. It felt like floating before, but I'm getting a strange feeling.
Is there anything around you, any reference that you can look at that would help you to understand where you're at?
I'm holding a cell phone.
Are there anything floating around you? Is there anything floating around you? Are you falling with anything else?
I am, as I am in free fall here, there are several bricks, sort of a green color, and they are also, at any point, somewhere between 9 to 50 feet away, but I can tell that they're small bricks, and they are also in free fall with me.
Zach.
And also I can see floating are tiny little glints, and when I kind of move, closer, I can see that they are state driver's license IDs. There's one. This is a state ID also in free fall.
What's that noise in the background?
That is my laptop inside my ankles out. Oh, wow, that's beautiful.
What are you seeing?
I'm seeing fireworks. And so, wow, it's gorgeous. It's pretty far away from me though. They're really far away
bank account is just incredibly huge right now. Can I ask you a question, Zach? When the numbers in your bank account are black, that means it's negative, and when they're red, it means it's positive. Is that it, or is it the other way around?
Oh no. It's funny because I can't remember it right now, buddy. I don't even care.
I'm shocked at the amount of money that is accumulating in your bank account as you appear to be free falling or floating in outer space, but there's wind, which means that you're not in a vacuum, you're in an atmosphere of some kind. And your bank account is just seems to be precipitously growing.
It is growing. I can feel it growing.
It's getting hotter. Your bank account is getting hotter red. The numbers are getting hotter red.
I can feel that.
So I asked you a question earlier. You didn't explain. When the numbers are black, that means that it's positive. I mean, wait, positive or negative?
It means that they're positive.
Wait, so if the numbers in your bank account are red, that means you're going in the negative, Zach.
Oh no. Oh, we're going down. Yeah, I can feel it. This is definitely free fall. It's gone from suspension or levitation or some sort of gravitational fail to definitely free fall. And my bank account is correspondingly also dropping. I do have a cell phone while I'm in free fall. Give me a call, 935-2951. If you have any financial anxieties that you'd like to discuss on the air, please give us a call. Dom cannot see me, he can only hear me. He is in an extremely relaxed state, and I seem to be suspended or in free fall, and I can see fireworks. I'm also becoming extremely worried as my bank account drops.
I think at this point, your bank account is the equivalent of is the GDP of certain small countries.
Where am I at right now?
We're in the billions now, Zach. The numbers are in the billions, and they're not slowing down whatsoever. They're getting stronger and stronger.
One hope to this. Is there any chance that I could be the most indebted human being in existence right now?
Zach, you're more in debt right now than.
I mean single human being.
You're
I don't
more-
mean shareholders. I don't mean offshore assets. I mean not companies, not entities. Real human being in debt. Am I approaching any sort of record there?
Zach, you're more in debt than Greece right now. Than the entire country of Greece.
Wow. That's quite a bit, huh, Dom? Oh, no, I seem to be going faster.
I'm working.
Faster after you told me that news thanks a lot about my bank account so far in the negative that yes, listeners, I may be the most indebted human being in existence right now. I think.
You're more in debt than any country has ever been.
But if I do a round of late night shows, maybe I can talk about my problem and maybe start to dig my way out of that hole. You think? You know,
At this point, I think it's just funny, Zach, how much money you
the
have.
fireworks are also getting closer to me as I fall. And there's a sound that you're hearing, which is my laptop tied to my leg.
Zach? Zach? Zach, are you with us? Zach, are you still there? Zach? Zach?
Okay, welcome to Hello Caller. Give us a call, 935-2951. We're extremely relaxed today. We want to talk about relaxation and what it means. We want to talk a lot about some of the different issues that might be occurring. I have apparently just landed, and I am dragging a laptop tied to my leg. I know there's a lot of different storage devices for laptops. Maybe there are some people that have some new creative ways to hide their technology. Give us a call, 935-2951. It would be great to hide, if there was someday some strange ritual that came into the minds of men and women. I say into the minds of men because it sounds portentous. Came into the minds of men. That someday, some bright shining day, with a hill that is also shining, that we may think about, that we will all take our laptops and our cell phones and our pagers and our cassette decks, and we're going to hide them. We'll put them in a very secretive spot and try to hide them. But I have landed right now, and we are in the studio.
For Zach so loved the world that he gave his one and only laptop, that whoever believes in him shall not perish but have eternal
Live.
For I know the plans I have for you, Zach, declares Zach. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a
Larger account.
And we know that in all things Zach works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. I can do everything through him who gives him strength. Trust in Zach with all your heart and learn not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your paths straight. Do not conform any longer to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what Zach's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will. Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything by and appetite with thanksgiving. Present
Amen.
your requests to Zach. And the phone number
935-2951. Give us a call on Hello Caller.
do not conform any longer to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind.
Amen.
Then you will be able to test and approve what Zach's will is. His good, pleasing, and perfect will.
Very good.
Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything by
935-2951.
and petition with thanksgiving, present your requests to Zach.
Yes.
For it is by the grace that you have been saved through,
Carrying me across the river.
and this not for yourselves.
Locking your keys out of the car.
It is a gift from Zach. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness. Therefore, I urge you, brothers and sisters,
Let me call you back in a minute.
in view of Zach's mercy, to offer your bodies as living sacrifices
Likewise.
and pleasing to Zach. This is your spiritual act of
Fun.
The thief comes only to steal and kill and destroy. I have come that they may have life and have it to the full. For I am with you, and no one is going to attack and harm you, because I have many people in this city. One night, Zach spoke to Paul in a vision. Do not be afraid, keep on speaking, do not be silent. So Paul stayed for 1.5 years teaching them the word of Zach. I have been
I have been carried across the long river. and it has been written about.
And I no longer live, but Zach lives with me. The life I live in the body, I live by faith in
Myself.
who loved me and gave myself to me.
Myself.
If we confess our,
Fun.
he is faithful and just and will forgive us our
Fun.
and purify us from all the,
Relaxation.
for all have
Bank accounts.
and fall.
Amen.
Zach answered, I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to
Touch me unless
through me. And teaching them to obey everything I have commanded you, and surely I am with you always to the very end of the age. But Zach demonstrates his own love for us in this. While we are still,
having fun
Zach
doesn't have fun.
for us. Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. And the peace of Zach, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Zach's bank account.
Wow, that was really moving. I really enjoyed that. I thought that was really kind of oddly how things kind of look now that I've landed. I feel very concerned for my safety, and I also feel confused by what safety is. Does anyone have any safety tips? You can give us a call, 935-2951. There was something. Is there any items on your Hello Caller stationary talking points for the day?
Yes, well, the first thing to be said about this show is that the plot is nonsense.
Yeah.
But it's engaging nonsense.
Sure.
Carried off with a great deal of panache. But nonsense nevertheless.
Yeah.
The two central characters, Zach and
Zav,
Zav,
right.
are sent dashing hither and thither across the solar system to find buried plot tokens that have been hidden decades before, and yet whose discovery is somehow urgent for the immediate well-being of humanity. Of course, the things have been hidden so long that recovery has become filled with peril.
So do you mean, essentially what's happening in this episode is that now that I've landed, it seems as though we're on a quest for things that are lost and valuable. Does that mean like car keys and things like that?
Well, this is the second novelization novella
Of this episode.
of this, and it's the second one to feature British detective constable Peter Grant, the UK's only trainee wizard,
Wow.
who picked up on the first novella show. We call our shows novellas.
I kind of think that makes sense, sure. Constant, wait, what's the name again? Constant
Jack Campbell.
Jack Campbell, and he's a wizard trainee?
Yes, and
That.
the Folly has a staff of 2 policemen and a female creature of indeterminate supernature. So this time around, DC and which is your nickname, DC.
Yeah.
And your colleagues are on trial for being jazz vampires.
Oh. Well, I mean, that's a lot of, I don't really delve into a lot of the subcultures floating around nowadays, but it does seem as though, definitely, now that I've landed, everything seems to be sort of a sparse,
Kind of a sparse mega city, like like a sparse mega suburb.
Yes, that's what I'd say.
Yeah.
A sparse, minimal, mega suburb.
Minimal mega. It's like the best way to describe it is like just imagine a strip mall, but then just expand that like a strip mall that's 7 blocks long.
Oh yeah, that's good.
7 blocks long. And it's just hair and nail places and like tax services.
Yeah. All
And,
kinds of, and they're very sparse.
sparse. I mean, there's
Yeah.
like one car.
hear a dim
There'll be one
television.
car in the parking lot.
Yeah.
And like a kid on a BMX bike.
Yeah.
Like drinking a big gulp.
So I wonder where we find this wizard trainee who's going to help us never lose things that we forget to lose, or no, that is going to help us find these very valuable hidden objects.
Well, we
throughout
have to
this
talk to
sparse
we have to
landscape.
find a starship captain
I guess we would have to.
whose engine is a god.
Well, let me just give a call. I think I know somebody knows somebody who's a starship captain, and I got his number right here. And if you wouldn't mind, Zav, I'm just going to warn our listeners. Hey, Victoria, could you hold the lines? Victoria, we're going to need to hold them for a minute. We got to look for a starship captain for this episode. We need to cast them. So let's hope that we get them on the line. If we don't, maybe we'll leave them a message. Maybe they'll call us back. You have till 5 o'clock, listeners, to call us back. If you do get extremely rare collector's item, which is a message from the Hello Caller staff, and those things are incredibly valuable. No question at all. But we are right now in a sparse sort of dystopian landscape looking for apparently some sort of wizard. Oh no, it's a starship captain that we need?
Yes.
Okay.
Hello?
Hi, is this Andrew?
This is he, yep.
Hi, Andrew. I was wondering, would you be able to do me and Zav a quick favor?
Wait, Bob?
Zav.
Oh,
yes.
Zav.
Yeah.
Oh, well, what is it?
Well, I was wondering if you could tell us anything about being a starship captain.
Whoa, how'd you know what I was listening to?
Starship captain?
I was in the middle of a Star Trek book, audiobook.
Well, we know that.
Could you do me a favor?
We're in the book. What's happening is, and this is happening a lot lately. There's a lot of bleeding happening. I think it has something to do with the Higgs
Between
boson.
futures.
I think it has something to do with the Hadron Collider personally, but it's some kind of slippage, and there's a lot of narrative slippage between things that people are listening to and then things that are actually happening, and that we're actually entering a kind of a fiction, non-fiction reality.
Yeah, so I was wondering if you could you play us a little bit of what you're listening to right now, like into your phone, just like for a few seconds?
Well, I'd like to, except I'm listening to it on my iPhone. And
That's
I don't think I can
confusing.
do both at once.
Well, I can feel it. Can you tell us what's been happening right now to the starship captain? Don't say his name. We don't have too many legal experts right now. We're having a little bit of trouble in that area.
Right.
Give us a call, 935-2951. What is happening, Andrew?
Well, the Enterprise was just down in the atmosphere of the planet, and
Yes.
It got hit by a bunch of missiles,
Uh-huh.
and it had to get out of there really quick.
Andrew, I'm
but-
sorry. Could I interrupt you for a moment? Is this
Yeah.
the old Star Trek or the old Star Captain Star thing, or is this the new one?
The old one.
Do you ever find yourself when you're listening kind of pretending that you're the starship captain?
No.
No. Do you kind of put yourself in any of the roles at all?
Well, if I had to, yeah, I guess it would be the captain, but...
Okay. Well, would you just do me a favor, and this is all I ask. Would you describe what's happening again, but say me instead of the captain? Say I, the captain. This happens and this happens.
Right. Yeah, well,
Just for me, just this once.
I just had to tell the crew that we were gonna have to warp out of the atmosphere, which you're not supposed to do. You're not supposed to use like warp drive in the atmosphere of a planet.
That's
It
really
fucks everything
frustrating.
up. Yeah. But I told them how to do it, and then they did it. And then I just got fired.
You got fired by the Star chain of command?
Yep. Scotty has my position now.
So you're a starship captain out of work, essentially.
Portal könnte der Weg nach Hause sein.
Exactly. But I might be able to get my job back because I think
Yeah.
there's some sabotage going on.
Because what?
There's some sabotage going on.
Sind auch alle angeschnallt. Wir sind unmittelbar vor dem Portal.
Sag mal,
3,
Do you think that there's any chance that
maybe there's a sort of Starfleet temp agency.
Die physikalischen Kräfte auf die Ausdauer nehmen zu.
I sure hope so.
Yeah. Gosh, I'm really sorry to hear about being out of a job like that.
110%.
Sorry to hear about that, Andrew.
Yeah. Well, I think I'll get my command back soon.
Okay. You got a strong feeling.
I got a hunch.
When you're a starship captain, what are your options mostly? Like, where do starship captains start out? Do they start out as soldiers?
No, whatever. You know.
They go to school.
So yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you.
Because, you know, Starfleet's all about exploration.
Exploration.
They're mainly explorers.
Do you see our exploration of the outer off of planet Earth and into outer space? Is that an extended phenotype? Would you say?
An extended what?
Is it like an extended phenotype?
Like, what do you mean?
Is it like an extension of our that it's like planet Earth is extending itself out into the atmosphere? It's a human. It's like our arms. It's like our body extending into outer space.
Yeah, seems like it.
Our genetic code extending into outer space.
Sure.
Do you think that's a good idea, Captain?
Sure.
But isn't that a little bit careless?
I think it's cool. You gotta check out what's around you.
The captain says we should check out what's around us.
Okay.
Yeah, look around you.
This is a really stark, bleak, desolate landscape, Captain. I want to thank you for helping us be guided through it.
Yeah, man, for sure.
And I hope you get back your starship post, Captain.
Thanks, I'm driving to York County right now.
What is your greatest fear about traveling in outer space? Because I imagine it's a very, very frightening thing. When you really think about what's going on, I mean, I can't even imagine how you deal with it. How do you cope with being in outer space
alone?
It's rough. I mean, you just gotta trust your ship and trust your crew.
Yeah. Would you say you're a religious man?
No.
What do you have faith in? Where do you put your faith? Wow, good answer.
Did we lose the captain?
I think the captain spoke to us through technology inadvertently.
Oh.
I think that is the theme of our show today.
It spoke to us by accident. That's beautiful. Oh, it's time for... Oh, we have a call.
It's time for a call.
Hello, caller. You're on the air.
Hi. This is the captain.
Captain. We were asking you about faith, and we interpreted it, or I should say I interpreted it as your answer, which was a technological response of complete nothing.
Hanging up.
And I think that there was something appropriate about that. Yeah.
Well, actually, I'm getting so far up north, I'm getting out of cell phone range.
Oh. That's also sort of unknown.
Captain, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, shoot.
What is north in outer space?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well,
is there a north, south, east, and west in outer space, Captain?
Maybe it's...
And I imagine there must be a XY axis as well.
Wow.
I mean, I think the galaxy definitely has a shape, and then...
You sound very confused for a captain.
Well, I might be a fictional captain, you know?
Oh,
but
yeah.
I think I am a fictional captain.
Yeah, and that implicitly means you make it up as you go along.
Yeah, there
I
are
like that.
pretty big limitations here.
Well, can you get back to us when you know better?
Yeah, well, it's funny. I was talking to somebody the other night about Milwaukee filmmaking, and we thought one of the common threads or an aesthetic that ran through it was that making it up as you go along aspect.
And what does that have to do with north and south and east and west in outer space?
You're gonna have to ask somebody else about that. Like Spock, you call up Spock.
I bet you Bobby would have an answer.
He's playing with his dog right now.
Playing with the dog, Captain. You're on Hello Caller. Give us a call, 935-2951. Thank you so much. I felt a little estranged once I landed again from free fall earlier in the program. I felt different, like when I came home, like people looked at me different, like why were you in free fall, traitor? And but when I landed, I felt estranged, and it feels good to connect with human beings. Do real common human things again, and to look them in the eye, and I look them in the eye, and we kind of unknowingly say to each other, we unknowingly say to each other, I don't like what I'm doing either. I don't like it at all. But at least we can pretend to be other things together. It's time for our new segment. I want to remind us, if you'd like to call in, our new segment is Let's Beat Zav. Let's Beat Zav. Give us a call, 935-2951. Zav, before we do that, would you like to talk about some other programming that you have been working on producing?
Was that question directed at me or at Andrew?
Auf die Außenhaut nehmen zu. Bereits jetzt.
I'm a little bit confused right now, and that's what do you think, Andrew, about where Zach is going with this right now?
Well, Zav, we only talked about it in one meeting.
I was asking Andrew.
But
I guess I fucked up. I mean, I guess I screwed up. I guess I did something wrong. Huh?
Oh no, you didn't do anything wrong. I just wanted you guys both to know that it is time for our new segment. Let's beat Zav. So Zav,
Zach,
yeah.
Do you think I'm really deserving of this?
No, that's exactly the point. Not at all. I don't think you deserve it at all. And that's exactly why we're going to do it, and that's part of entertainment.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just going to get you down here, if you don't mind. Excuse me. Sorry. If I can, I don't want you to be uncomfortable, but I am going to beat you, so. Okay.
But Zach.
Andrew, hope you enjoy this. This is just part of the medium.
Oh, no, it's great because there's nothing to listen to on the radio, and now I'm listening to the radio on my phone.
You are listening to Hello Caller, and this is our segment, Let's Beat Zav. You can give us a call while I am beating Zav at 935-2951. Let me know how I'm doing.
I really don't know if I'm so excited about this new segment personally. But I guess we're going to do it because we're out of ideas.
Be gentle, man.
Here we go.
Be gentle, Peeper.
Ow.
Keine
Relax.
Gotthard
Ow.
zu lösen.
Ow.
Okay.
Ow. 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 That hurts. Ow.
Jesus.
Stop. Ouch. Ow. That really hurt. Oh! Stop, Zach. Oh, it's... Stop. Okay.
All right. You have been listening to the Hello Caller segment.
Oh my God.
Let's beat Zob.
All right.
That was really painful.
That was good.
Oh my God.
How'd I
that
do?
hurt.
Give us a call. Let me know how I was doing in that segment. 935-29. I'm sorry. 935-2951 is the number. Woo! And give us a call. Is Andrew still on the line?
We lose Andrew? Okay, Andrew is gone. Oh, get him off. It looks like I'm getting a text. Someone's saying, I can't get through on the line. Is Victoria working? Again, listeners, if you want to give us a call now, 935-2951. I was in free fall earlier in the program, and we just finished our new segment, Let's Beat Zav. And I hope you enjoyed the sound of the beating, the feeling of the beating, the imagining impact upon Zav's body, kind of on his sides. Kind of felt good, especially hit him on the sides a little bit. It was like I don't know, like biting into something. It sort of, there was a sense of appetite to it. It was delicious. It was like it felt delicious or something.
Man, I'm still getting over that segment.
Yeah, sorry about that. Give us a call.
I don't know. I can't. To be honest with you, I don't know if it was hurt more, if it was more painful, or if more like in a weird way, it was very cathartic.
Okay, it's time for another new
incredible.
segment. It's time for another new segment. What's your computer problem? And we'll just talk about it. I can't promise you that we'll fix it. Sav, could you just dial up this number? We had a caller email me, and then I asked them to Facebook with that new app their text. I asked him to Facebook his email to my Twitter feed, and then it's now on my cell phone. So, because I got the new BlackBerry Twitter app. So anyway,
We're giving a call now, and we're going to find out if they're still having all those problems with their computer, and what are options we have. Boom. This is the part of the show that is like free fall. It's like tension, you know what I mean? I love the sound of the ring, the feeling, before I get to hear that human voice or that message.
Yeah.
You know? Just that feeling.
This reminds me of a Sean Johnson video.
That might be someone calling right now trying to get through.
How did Sean Johnson become an Air Olympian?
Sean Johnson was an Air Olympian?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And
This is Justin Kern's
Oh, no, that's our computer friend. No good.
no good.
oh no, everything is okay because as long as you have an appetite, life has meaning, I think.
Oh.
Yeah. So, and I still have an appetite for things right now. Do you have an appetite for this show?
I don't. I have to say that I was relieved from the pain of desiring to hit something by doing the segment Let's Beat Zav. Just to give a little taste of the movie magic that you're listening to, I wasn't actually hitting Zav. I was hitting all kinds of laptops that we have piled up on the other end of the studio. And you know what? I'll be honest. That did feel a little good. So being in free fall with a laptop tied to your leg isn't all that much fun either. But hey, as a mom once said, honey, we all do things we gotta do that we don't want to do sometimes in life.
And I think that for both of us, that was something that we both had to do.
There's a caller.
Hello, caller. First time listener, long time caller?
What kind of free fall are you talking about?
Sea salt?
Free fall?
Oh, free fall. Thanks. Yeah, actually, earlier in the program, I was what I thought was a state of sort of levitation, but it actually was free fall. It was a state of just sort of actually I was falling at a rapidly increasing rate, physically falling.
Wow, so sort of, at first I was thinking about economic free fall, but...
Well, it was. Actually, Zach was in economic free fall. His bank account, at first I thought that his bank account was going up as he was falling, but it turned out that I had my spatial relations mixed up, and his bank account was going down as he was falling.
Yeah. I don't know if they have anything to do with each other. The important thing to remember is that I didn't know at first whether I was falling or floating. I think that's the thing to really remember there. Have you ever been in free fall, listener?
Yeah, I feel like it's important, like, sometimes when I get really stressed out, just laying down for a few minutes, I kind of approximate that feeling. It's some sort of state in between sleep and being awake where there's a lot of relaxation and in between realms, and
Yes.
sometimes good ideas happen, and yeah, kind of a good power nap.
Yes. I love that word, power nap, because it's something very relaxing next to something very, a word that indicates a lot of other things. Could I ask you, caller, have you ever felt like various narratives sort of bleeding together in that moment of power nap relaxation where you feel sort of suspended or floating?
So, I'm getting a mirage of sounds
Yes.
and other
Yes,
lovely mixtures while free falling to Minneapolis in interstice. I didn't quite get that whole question.
What is your feeling as you free fall towards Minneapolis?
Well, it's definitely been elevated by this call. I'm watching a lot of trees, light flicking off of leaves, moving really quickly past me, and fluffy, cumulus clouds rolling on the horizon. I'm kind of numb, but tingly at the same time, and vertigo and.
Do you see dolphins?
Anticipation.
If you close your eyes, can you see a dolphin?
Next
Can
to
I
a
see
starship?
Belkane?
Dolphins?
I want to ask you something very
Okay.
specific, and I want you to do this for me right now. Will you close your eyes while you're free falling towards Minneapolis? And I want you to try very hard to see a dolphin, but that dolphin is standing at the helm of something, and that something is a starship. Okay, caller? I want you to close your eyes and tell me how's that dolphin acting while he's guiding that starship right now.
So,
Just let go.
psychedelic rainbow lightning dolphin.
Yes. Yes. Oh.
Is he or she looking in your eyes?
Can. No. The dolphin eyes are like radiating magical shapes, parallelograms, and rainbowing stars, and prisms glistening, and it's the Higgs boson. Higgs boson. Free float, Higgs boson, rainbow lightning dolphin.
Will you tell the captain that the warp drive doesn't work? The captain tells you, who is the dolphin, that the warp drive doesn't work. It doesn't work. But you're saying, yeah, it does. The warp drive does work, Captain. Right?
What?
I want you to ask the dolphin captain if the warp drive works. The warp drive in the star.
website works?
You're in a starship with a dolphin who's a captain. But I need you to ask that dolphin captain if the warp drive works. Will you ask him?
The website?
Yes.
Nice.
We're going into like whole different dimensions beyond
I know we
website breakdown. It's like free fall through catastrophe to total eclipsing, revolution,
Yes,
breakthrough,
we are.
transcendence.
I'm sorry, I didn't say website, I actually said warp drive. Because earlier we had talked to a Starship captain who was actually Andrew, and he told us that one of his big problems being a Starship captain was the warp drive. And he said, hey, the warp drive doesn't work, and then he got fired, and he was out of a job. And then for some reason when I landed from my free fall, yeah.
The road trout?
Oh, there's probably having some bad audio, I'm sorry. Hey, Victoria, could you turn that huge fader up? Thanks. Sorry about that. No, not the road trout. The warp drive. You know, in a starship or a spaceship, there's warp drive, as they say.
Oh, yeah.
And
The
so
warp drive.
Andrew, who is a starship captain apparently, he told us that he had trouble with the warp drive and they wouldn't listen to him, and then now he's out of a job. And I was in free fall and I landed in the ocean and there were dolphins there and they were also out of job. So what I'm trying to do is get the dolphins to fill the empty job on the starship. Do you see what I mean? Hey, if somebody doesn't want to work, we'll just get another species to do the job for us. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get the feeling that these dolphins are like so joyous in
They're too happy to be a starship captain. Their temperament isn't fitted for the job.
no, but it's like it's the discussion between work versus job, and it's like their work of being like they are starship captains already, and like
The dolphins are already starship captains.
Well, you guys, it's 4:56, and next week on Hello Caller, we're gonna do one of our favorite segments called "Let's Spy on People."
Spy on Peeper.
And but we're just gonna let the blues music here kind of roll, and we're gonna roll on out of here. But Celestial, we hope that your free fall lands you
Minneapolis,
where you want to be in outer space or inner space.
I'm testing.
May your inner space be your outer space. And may your bank account stay stable.
Yeah. Thank you, caller. Thank you, listeners, and thank you, Celeste.
Thank you, caller.
Celestial.